This video is intended for a general audience. I hope you enjoy it. This video is to celebrate my 10th anniversary on YouTube. And as you may know, that it's been quite the journey. 10 years is a very long time. Well, I originally started YouTube back in December 2011 on my first channel, and then I deleted all my videos in 2013, and so I decided to hit the reset button, and I never looked back. So, to kick off the 10th anniversary video, I'm going to show you my collection. So here we go. Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Duck, Donald, Douglas, Oliver, Emily. The first 12 engines of the Northwestern Railway, well, in the TV series. So, the second track, Diesel, Bill and Ben, Boko, Mavis, Stepney, Ari and Bert, Lady, Diesel 10, Splatter and Dodge, Salty, Harvey, Fergus. Now part 3. Spencer, Murdoch, Arthur, Rocky, Molly, Rosie, Neville, Dennis, Whiff, Billy, Stanley, and Hank. Now off to part 4 of this section. Flora, Hero, Charlie, Bash and Dash, Ferdinand, Scruff, Bell, Paxton, Den, Dart, Stafford, and Winston. Off to part 5. Stephen, Connor, Caitlin, Porter, Gator, Timothy, Marion, Samson, Glenn, Ryan, Skiff, and Philip. So that's part 1 of this section. I will put these trains away and I will do part 2. Alright, here we go. The second part of the TV series characters. Ashima, Gina, Yambao, Raul, Rajiv, ETN, Hugo, Hurricane, Frankie, Lexi, Theo, Merlin. Now, the final part of the TV series characters. Nia, Rebecca, Hanmei, Lorenzo, and Kenji. So that's it. That's the TV series characters. Next up, my customs. So here we go, off with the customs. From the Railway series, TV series, and other series that I've watched over the years. Marklin, Daisy, The Flying Scotsman, City of Truro, The Diesel, or Class 40, Derek, Sydney, Norman, Sam, soon-to-be Custom Logan, soon-to-be Custom Dustin, Shane, Ivan, Vinny, Carlos, Axel, Frida, 87546, 98462, Eagle, or the Red Engine, the Little Blue Tank Engine from James the Red Engine Railway Series book, and I believe that's soon to be Custom Neil. I just have to paint it green all around the body, and hopefully it'll work out. Even though it was Neville, but whatever. The foreign engine, Ginty, Pug, one of Percy's friends, and the Bluebell Railway engines. I only know Bluebell and Primrose, but I don't know the other characters because I'm forgettable. And two of these diesel characters from one Railway series story. I forgot what it's called, but whatever. Bear, Spam Cam, the Works Diesel, and Pip and Emma, Mallard, Duchess of Hamilton, Green Arrow, soon to be custom Iron Duke, Stevenson's Rocket, Old Stuck Up, even though it has no chassis, Wilbert, soon to be custom 16, soon to be custom 8783, the old engine, or number 1020, 1020. One of Toby's friends from the Railway series, Albert, Timothy the Ghost Engine, Chris, even though he doesn't have a face because the face falls off, Tom Moss, an American FT Diesel, Jan Tucker, Asbestos, Nigel, Frank, and Daylight. These three were from Moab series and Miss Oliver Blossom, and that's going to be soon custom VRB class as a dedication to UC Weapon. And the other character at the back here is my original bear. I'm going to have to get another one of those Plarail engines so I can make, a custom blue bear. But I'll make this to one of the diesels from the Railway series. So yeah. Surprisingly, that's all of the customs. Now let's move on to the real trains. These are the 5 real trains I have. So, the EF81, Twilight Express Limited, 200 Series Shinkansen Limited, the AE03, which was from a Tamika set, the East Eye E3 Shinkansen, a 923 Dr. Yellow Bullet train from the Transfer Station set. Yeah, that's all. So let's go for the alternatives of the Thomas characters. So here are the alternatives of the Thomas characters, including customs. The Adventure Begins Thomas, Streamline Thomas, Metallic Thomas, Custom Old Shape Henry. I have a blue one coming soon. Shooting Star Gordon, or Streamline Gordon. Original Livery James. Shocked Face Percy. Green Salty. Original Pink Rosie. And the original Skiff. In which case, some of you don't know that you can actually put the sail up like this. Oh, that's pretty clever. So, I would like to get going with the narrow gauge engines, or other gauge engines. So here we go. The smaller engines, I would say. Skarloey, Rheneas, Yellow Rheneas, Sir Handel, Peter Sam, Rusty, Duncan, Freddy, Duke, Proteus, Mighty Mac, Victor, Luke. Now off to the custom narrow gauge engines. Ivo Hugh, Smudger, Tank Engine Bertram, Yellow Victor, Millie, Talion, Dolgoth, Midlander, and Douglas. Now off to the Artless Steel engines. I'm pretty sure some of you have never seen before. Rex, Bert, Mike, Jock, still a work in progress, Frank, and Blister 1. Never seen it before. Here it is. And the final, Coldy. So let's move on to the non-rail characters. So let's get started on the non-rail characters. Terrence, Harold, Trevor, Bulgy, and Green Bulgy, George, Butch, Jack, Elizabeth, Kevin, Flynn, and Ace. So that's it. That's all of the characters on rail and not on the rails. So I'm going to get started on the rolling stock, hopefully. If you people want to know of how many of these trucks I have, well, there you go. Troublesome trucks, blank trucks, even the custom trucks are the two right ones. Yep. That's my truck collection. Moving on. Apparently these all I have for slate cars. But anyway, let's move on again. These are all I have for one of these vans. Especially it's very nice to have one of these troublesome vans. It's very rare now, sadly. But yep, that's all I have. Let's move on. In case some of you people want to know what tankers I have, well, here they are. Yep. Especially the custom milk one on the right. Now let's move on. Just to throw in a little bonus here, this is my circus train. Well, sorta. But, yeah. It kind of blends well. But let's move on. Apparently these are all what I have for one of these little salt wagons. Especially, I know this is a character from the Railway series. I think I forgot his name, but yeah, that's all I have for these little salt wagons. Now let's move on. Here are the other variations of these vans. This is ULP from the Railway series, and this is one of these vans that came from the Thomas and Nia adventure set from Plarail. I only got one male van. Now this is the gunpowder van that came from Luke from TrackMaster, and especially 3 cattle wagons. Yep, that's right. So here are some flatbeds that are part of my collection. These are where you can fit some cars. Apparently you can fit, for example, you can fit one of these on here, which is pretty cool. But yeah, these are the flatbeds, especially the different variations of flatbeds right here. Oh yeah, that's it. These are all my flatbeds. And I just scramble these all together. Different variations of trucks. I can see this is one of these trucks that came from the Hyper City pack. And then these little vans that came from, I believe, Duck's Close Shave and, was it Porter or, I don't know, one of those packs from 2013. I don't know. But here's the coal hopper. I was originally going to make this into Hector, but the sad thing is Hector is very rare. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'll make this into texture or try to get one. Who knows? This is the balloon from the Up and Away episode. Well, I did a review on this back in 2015. I'm trying to search up my channel to find that. These are for the Soto Search and Rescue Center. These trucks, they're very nice. And these that can tip. Let me try to do a little closer. There we go. These can tip. And last but not least, these special edition Plarail ones that, as an engine pulls them along, they do these cool motions. Oh yeah. Moving on. Alright, next up I'll show you people are these brake vans or cabooses. So yeah, here's the one for the Hyper City pack, like I mentioned. Apparently this is a pop-off. And I guess you could fit play kits in this one. That's cool. And let's not forget Toad. Even though this is the 2D face model, but it's very nice to have Toad. And these little brake vans. They're actually real Japanese brake vans. So, came in lots of colors. Especially through the Fisher Price Mattel era. Like, I got red, and there's blue. That's a custom green, but I'll probably change it soon. And that one back there, next to the black one, I made it to one of Steven's coaches, but, I don't know what to do with these, little Japanese brake vans. Maybe I'll make them into Scarlet Railway coaches because of the scales. I don't know. And here's this brake van that came with Ashima from Plarail. And these are the little vans. This one came with Stafford. This was originally orange, but decided to paint it gray, and it does look better. And this brake van back here came with Peterson. Yeah, these are all the brake vans. Moving on. And next up, well, I guess you could call them China clay trucks. So yeah, these are the ones that came from Marion. There are different variations. Let's see, the yellow one. There's one that's baby blue, and that's green. It has the dinosaur footprint, just like in the movie Tale of the Brave. And I don't know why I decided to make this a troublesome truck, but maybe I'll paint this gray so it could go along with these two. And let's not forget the jet engine. I decided to make the jet engine part of this, well, because I want to make them mix together. And you can put AAA batteries in this, then it lights up. Well, there are no batteries in this one, but you get the idea. Alright. Moving on. So just for the sake of it, these are my TrackMaster 2 or Motorized rolling stock. Now, these two vans came with Motorized Nia or TrackMaster 2 Nia. I got 3 mail cars. And I'm pretty sure these came with Hurricane and Merlin, I think. I think this came with Merlin. These little sleek cars that came with Glenn. And then variations of TrackMaster 2 trucks and kind of flatbeds. And these are the only 2 coaches from TrackMaster 2 and Motorized. This came with Raul. But I decided to paint them to, narrow gauge railway coaches, which I think they look pretty nice. But, alright, moving on. And last but not least, the breakdown train. I got 2 breakdown cranes, but unfortunately, that one over there where I'm pointing did not came with the flatbed for this. So I decided to make, one of these little flatbeds for that. But anyway, the final part of this collection video. Moving on. And the final part of this video are the coaches. So let's get right into it. This is the coach that came with Flora. And Flora came along with this, so that's very nice. And Annie and Clarabelle from the Streamlined Thomas. And there's Henrietta. original Annie and Clarabelle and Becky. Yep, there you go. I did a review on Plarail Lorenzo a few years ago. And these are, well, those green coaches from season 1. In fact, these were the see-through. Look at that. They are very nice. Very nice rendition. And these are the red branch line coaches that came from Plarail Oliver. Also very nice. And what I have here is a spare Henrietta, which I would like to turn into Hannah. Well, I don't know if I can because I have to, paint this body yellow, I believe. And we'll hopefully go from there. So, yeah. The next part of the coaches, moving on. And as for narrow gauge, well, these are the only 2 narrow gauge coaches I have. These 2 came with Plarail Rusty, as I've done a review back in 2018. And this green narrow gauge coach came with Mighty Mac, but there's no, switch. I mean, there's basically no drive unit. It's just a dummy drive unit, you would say. See that? Oh, yeah. Let's keep going. So here are my custom variations of these kind of small looking coaches. So here are the orange branch line coaches as seen in season 1. Of course, these were Annie and Clarabelle. I've had multiple, and we'll get to that soon. And this is going to be custom old slow coach. I believe this came from a Steve Alon Thomas. I mean, what's interesting, I got this with Duncan when I got it off of eBay back in 2020, which was very weird. And these are supposed to be, well, I guess Scarlowy Railway coaches. I mean, you can tell from the face I made. It does look nice. And I believe these 2 coaches, they're not narrow gauge, but this one is. This coach originally came with Rusty, I think. Well, that's interesting. So these 2 coaches, I believe, are from the Railway series as well, if I'm wrong. And this right here used to be Victoria, but I decided to, repaint it, and I like to paint the face and paint these white soon. I'll do the same thing to this. Apparently they were in a flashback with Albert. The blue coaches go there. That's all slow coach. The orange branch line coaches. And these 2 coaches, I mean, I believe these, are for Emily. I don't know, but these were from 2012 Annie and Clarabelle, which I intentionally ruined back in 2013 because I didn't know they were going to be discontinued. Apparently these coaches I made, I believe they're for Pip and Emma, but I don't know which one will go along with Pip and Emma, to be honest. But yeah, these are, well, sort of custom ones. So let's move on. And what we have here is this Works unit coach. This, of course, came with Tomy and TrackMaster Harvey. As you know, on the Tomy or TrackMaster Harvey, it is not motorized. So, if you want Harvey to move, you gotta move this. You gotta flip the switch on this, and then Harvey would just go. But yeah, this has no battery in it, of course. Well, because here's the thing. The reason why I don't put batteries in these things for long is because there's gonna be a certain point where they leak. And that would very much damage the battery compartment of these, like Thomas, Edward, Donald Douglas, for instance. That means that they would be ruined. So yeah, that's why there are no batteries in these. But let's move on. And here are my custom Connor and Caitlin coaches. I've made these back in 2014. And I have to say, I've repainted these sometimes. And I did a pretty good job with these, especially the Connor ones. And here's Caitlin. I mean, I try to do, a combo similar to Caitlin as best I can, but that's all I can do. There's actually going to be new variations of Connor. There's actually going to be a new variation of Connor's coaches and Caitlin's coaches soon, so be prepared for that. So anyway, let's move on. And here we are at the second to last part of this video. These two, well, I guess, brake coaches from Plarail. And they're very nice. You top these off and you can put play kits in this one. That is basically the same. I just want to show you both sides. And these 4 ordinary coaches that I got from the Plarail D51 and C61. They are all 3 are the same except for this one, which I believe this came with the D51. I believe these 3 came from the C61, if I remember correctly. And these 2 were from the Plarail Cassiopeia, I believe. Yep, Cassiopeia. Oh, wait, that's all I can pronounce. Anyway, and here are custom Kenjay coaches, which I don't know what to do with these. Because I've already got a Plarail Kenjay, but these are all I have left. So I don't know what to do with these, but yeah, I'm just kind of stuck with them. So, and here we go. The final part of this video is coming up. Moving on. And last, but certainly not least, the Express coaches. So yeah, this is the coach that came from Plarail Caitlin. I mean, it's one of those really, really nice coaches. And these 2 coaches are basically custom red Express coaches. I believe, if you look underneath, this came with a Connor and this came from Shooting Star Gore, which is kind of a surprisingly good looking coach, but I decided to make it like a red Express coach, just trying to make up for what I want to get. And Spencer's coach. Look at that. Very nice. It's just very nice body. I mean, it's perfect. And these 2 are Connor's coaches. Especially this one has been heavily designed by me. This one's just plain, I mean, I'll leave Connor's and Caitlin's coaches from Plarail alone because they are no longer being manufactured. Because I have no idea why Plarail decided not to make Connor or Caitlin anymore. Well, I mean, I believe you can still get them in that pack from 2014 where you can get both Connor and Caitlin. But that's all I can remember. And last but not least, the Green Express coaches. This is a custom one in the back or a custom brake one. I suppose I could paint these, peach like these. I think what's really interesting, this Express coach right here, if I'm right, this was the very first Express coach I've ever gotten. I had never gotten a Green Express coach before I donated all of my Thomas stuff before I recollect. So this is the very first one. This came from the 2003 Gordon. And I believe this one, I think this came from the 2015 Gordon. Oh yeah. My Express coaches from my collection. So yeah, my express coaches from my collection. And I'll give you a little bonus. And last but not least, Backman Cranky. Yeah, there's still dust on him, you can see, but it's a relatively good model. You can still turn, and so you gotta be on, like, you know, a good surface for the turning. The crane arm works. I believe this is where you move the arm. Now let me set him on my floor. There. Move him like this. Yep. Whee! Yep. That's Cranky. So everyone, that is it. You can see all the solar engines back there. But yeah, that's my collection video. So I hope you enjoyed it. It has been a long journey. 10 years I've been on YouTube. What a journey. And hopefully for more years to come, but we'll have to wait and see. So, thanks for watching my collection video. This is Jack Danaher 2001 here saying thanks for watching, and now, see you soon.